Christmas 2023 is upon us, and tonight we're going to take a look at some of the new decorations I got this year. I picked this stuff up over the course of 4 different outings that transpire over the last 2 months maybe. At the beginning of the year, I said that I wasn't going to get any more Christmas lights, which of course was a stupid thing to say because that didn't come to pass, and I think we all knew that wasn't going to come to pass. Just like Lamont is always going to buy another fan, I am always going to buy another string of Christmas lights. What did come to pass is that I don't really expect to buy any new, like as in unused modern lights, because I bought everything I needed for the outdoor display last year, plus then some at Lowe's on sale at the end of the year. So I shouldn't really need anything in that regard. I might get a few more of a particular LED string for use outside due to the power limitations, but that's it. And I will of course watch for the sales at Lowe's. Should they surface the same way as last year, I'll buy them out again, which I hope they do, because that was a great deal. But anyways, let's take a look at the stuff that we have here. So first off, we have some 6 outdoor cool light bulbs. These are from the Goodwill. They were $2 a box. They had a bunch of these, but most of them looked kind of tampered with and or used. This one looked like it was in good shape and all original, so I got this one. It doesn't have a lot of good colors. There's no yellow or white. It's just blue and red and then one green. Kind of a weird selection. These are they're from Kmart. I don't know exactly how old these are, but I would imagine these could potentially go back to the 90s maybe. They are Trim A Home branded, which was probably the Kmart house name at the time. So we get those. More interesting, I got these, which I have not seen before. These go back a ways. These are General Electric classic lights, and I think that these are not just the sockets. I think these are the actual bulbs and the sockets as well. These are for those C6 replica sets, which I've really started to become fond of over the last couple of years, and I've never seen replacement bulbs for them, at least around locally. So this was a pretty cool find. Some of the springs I have are missing a few of the covers, so I definitely can use these. And then it has a chart on the back here with the bulbs information per string. Would have been nice if they listed the voltage, which would have been a little more universal information. And then there's white ones. I actually didn't even know that white ones existed. So we have 5 boxes of the colored ones, and then 1 box of the white, for a grand total of $5. And then they also had this electric candle by Darice, which is a brand that makes a lot of novelty stuff that I like. Unfortunately, it does not come with the, or at least in this case, it did not come with the silicone bulb, which I think are kind of cool. I didn't realize that until I got it home. I'm not sure I would have bought it if I had known that. But the candle itself is in pretty good shape, so we have that at least. It's got the faux dripping wax on there. It's a C7, of course. I don't know if these UL tags have dates on them or not. I don't really see anything. I don't think these are that old. I remember buying these new, so they can't be that old. So there's that. And now the first thing that we're actually going to power on and check is this 20-inch lighted candle. This is also trim at home, so it probably came from Kmart as well. And this was purchased the same day, same store as the those other bulbs, so it would make sense if the stuff all came from the same place. Yep, there it is right there, Kmart. Originally would have been $8.99. I paid $3. I don't think this is going to work. It just seems like something that won't work. But we'll give it a shot. Let's see. It's got a piece of string on it here, so it probably was used at some point. That's kind of convenient, I guess. I don't know what this is for. This is... oh, maybe so it could stay on like on the yard. I'll look at the video. Oh, it actually works. I'm surprised. One of the bulb is out, but everything else is working. Cool, so that actually works. Good. I'm not going to be turning the lights on and off when it burns the bulbs here. So, alright, that's working good. Alright, so that was trip number 1. And no, actually that was trip number 2. Trip number 1 yielded this, which is a holiday sleigh centerpiece candle holders, which I think will make a good piece for the kitchen table. Oh, even come with anyways, with little candles. And the piece of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna find in this stuff. You just never know. Okay, so this and these will help from being bent up in the box, but this is nice. Let's see if these work. Oh, that's cool, they work. Probably can get some little luminara candles for this. I think the box show, what did the box show? Actually, the box show something just like this. Oh yeah, it does. I thought it showed red candles. Also show red candles. Okay, so there's that. We use that in the kitchen. What the heck? Alright, so far everything is checking out. Alright, trip number 3. The expensive tag sale with a bad attitude. So this one, how are we going to cancel that out? I have no idea how old that is. So these lights come from a tag sale. There was a bunch of really old Christmas lights there, a lot of really cool stuff, and there was large quantities too, but I couldn't rationalize purchasing more than what I did. So we have I set up 15 twinkling holly lights, and the woman I think wanted $15 a box for these, and then I think these were $10 a piece, and then this she only wanted $15 for, but there was a lot of other ones that she wanted like $30, $40, $50 for. I said, no, that's crazy. I think she'll be lucky if she sells anything more than I bought. And I like the boxes. I think the boxes is cool because not a lot of people have the box. You know, people kept the items, but hardly anybody keep the box over the years. So in most cases, the boxes is more rare than the equipment itself. So I think the boxes are interesting. But on the other hand, they're not really that valuable because they don't serve any utility other than to sit on a shelf and be an interesting piece. So I don't think a lot of people really go after the boxes, but I do. I like the boxes. So let's plug this string in first and see how these work. Each bulb burns independently. That was a big deal at the time. Everything in here is labeled. 15 bulbs, 3 burned out. And these have labeling on them too, like this one. It says attic window south. It's like an old-fashioned thing people used to do. My grandfather does that too. He labels everything. So that's what these look like. The wire is real thin. No fuse or anything on these. They're in pretty good shape though. So these should start twinkling, unless all the bulbs. Now these do look like they're twinkling bulbs. Can you hear them shut on and off? That's the metallic filament making connection and heating up and then breaking the connection. So these are all working. And these are very rare, these twinkling C7s are very, very rare. I wanted more of these, I really did, but because they're hard to find. But I don't like to deal with people like that are, you know, just money hungry and greedy. I just don't like to give that kind of person my money. In fact, I almost left because when I brought this candle up to her, it has a $3 tag on there. And it has a $10 tag. And she says to me, she says, it's $10. I hope you realize that, right? I couldn't believe, I almost left. I almost left. When I deal with that kind of trash at work all day, I ain't dealing with that a stinking tag sale. No way. Anyways, we're gonna forget about her. So this one looks like it have a extension cord with it. I wish I had taken these out of the box and checked them because they're in terrible condition. But it's got the plug that you put You know, you can plug it on top of it, and it's got this vintage. Oh gosh, what the heck? Oh, wow, what the heck is that? Holy mackerel, I almost just plugged that in. Well, this is something. It's got some kind of a connection there, and what on earth? You know, I don't know what this is for, but this is not the first time I've seen somebody do this. I don't know what the use case is, because like, why the heck would you want to plug a Christmas light string in backwards, because then the other side would just be hot. I don't know, that's weird. It'll work. What a nice color to that bulb. The camera, oh there we go, it's kind of grabbing it now. It's a General Electric bulb. And it's the older shape, it's probably a very old bulb. So these are cool, but they're not in good condition, which is a shame. I think I'm just going to stick this back in here, because if it's floating around somewhere else, I might could have just plug it in not thinking anything of it. Yeah, they're all like that. These was probably stored in an attic. Made in USA and printed in USA. This one still have the UL sticker, which says made in USA. Let's see if this one works. Oh boy, this one have a light socket connector on there. It'll work. This one have a whole different setup here. This got a different, you know what I bet that is? The guy must have cut custom lengths on all these cords. That would make sense. That's probably what the label is. Oh, here we go. Connect extension to socket. This may have something to do with that diagram. Wow. This might have something. Yep, this definitely has something to do with this diagram. Wow. This might have something to do with that flaky extension cord. This has got like a metal switch put into it. Now I really wish I knew what the context of all this funny electrical stuff was. These were definitely owned by somebody who was electrical. Okay, now we have a $10, duh. $10 8 candle light. Now this is super old, and it's also going to be a pain in the neck, and it probably won't work because this is a, if one bulb goes out, they all go out. Oh, it definitely is not going to work because I don't have all the bulbs in there, so there's no way to use it unless maybe this is spare bulbs. So these are oh shoot, well, the bulb didn't break, at least not visibly. So these are real C6 bulbs, and this is what these is replicate of. And these are wired in series. So what happened is this splits the 120 volts down across the bulbs. But the problem is if one of them goes out, they all go out. And that's where that saying goes, when one goes out, they all go out. This is the kind of lights where that come from, because if one of the filaments goes out, it breaks the circuit. Oh, this is pretty cool. We actually have a box of them here. If these are brand new or not, I don't know. But these are C6 indoor series. They're 29 cents, so that goes to show the age on this. Alright, I highly doubt that this will work, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't work. So one of these bulbs is out, or not tight. Let's see if I can hear. That one seems to be okay. I don't hear no flaky filament. That one sounds okay. I'm not sure these filaments are big enough to even hear them. Got it. They're working. So this socket here must be. You know what happened there? The bulb has separate from the base. Normally I would just throw that out, but because of how rare these are, I will try to fix that. Well, that's cool. So this is working. And as you can see, when one goes out, they all go out. That's a really neat piece. The C6 is kind of before my time. I don't remember seeing C6 around much. I do have yeah, those are already scorching hot. I do have one memory of C6, finding some C6 lights in my grandfather's box of spare bulbs when I was pretty young, and I remember my grandmother got all upset, said, "Don't screw that in, they get too hot." And these are scorching hot already. And I remember that really small screw it looked weird to me at the time, just as I remember it. So these are pretty cool. Try to get that one fixed. This was worth the $10, although I wish it went to somebody with a better attitude. Oh, that's why the bulbs is out, because it won't fit into the box. Print it in USA. Can you imagine a time when that was so important that even the printing needed to be underscored? For use on 110 to 125 volt AC or DC circuit. Alright, next we have some vintage fuses. Noma Safety Fuses. They're empty. There we go. They're blown out, but they're still cool. The packaging is cool. Made in USA. Okay, and lastly for this load we have $15, which is a bit steep. We have the set with the fused safety plug. These are C9. These are the strings that I remember my grandfather always had a lot of these. He gave them a bunch of them to me, which I've used here last year and will use again this year and all the coming years, because not much says Christmas like a string of these. Now these have the gaskets in there, and unfortunately this is not a good use case, because these are definitely owned by the kind of person that would have went out of their way to buy these separately and put them on. My curiosity is, did these ever come with those? And I still don't have an answer. Let's see here, this plug is getting a little flaky. Oh, just plug it in carefully. You can already feel the heat coming out. Yeah, some of these bulbs are out, but they're getting old. Or they're just loose. Well, that's going to go out. There we go. This one's loose too. They mostly all work. These bulbs are very old. And see, these have true yellow in them, which is something that kind of disappeared over the years. These have yellow, white, green, red, and blue. Nowadays you don't get the yellow, you get like an orange. Like that right there is all you get nowadays. This was much more vibrant to me. I like this better. And of course the red and green wires is cool too. So these work. Put these back in the box. All the original packaging, which is neat. It's in decent shape too, it's not bad. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure these are the original bulbs, because the photograph shows the real early kind with the texture. I forget what that's called in both places. So these might not be the original bulbs. They're definitely old, but I'm not sure that they're original. These also say AC or DC. Oh, you know what? This might answer the question. It says weatherproof. So it's quite possible that these did come with the gaskets. I'm just going to throw these in there as well, because this is what they would have been used with. Alright, and then lastly, we have these, which I picked up locally for a friend. Although I think I'm going to keep one of the boxes hostage in exchange for the favor. In fact, I might keep two of them because I don't have any of the white ones. These are both, we have white and colored, and these are the C6 replicas. It's a pretty neat box. Alright, let's turn these on and see what they look like and where the plug is. they do work. Nice rich colors. Come with a couple fuses, a few replacement bulbs, and a few flashing bulbs. There goes the fuses and their flashing bulbs. Okay, and now let's check out one of the colored ones. Let's check out one of the white ones. Here is much brighter than the colored ones. I actually don't like these as much. I like the colored ones better. Something about these just doesn't seem natural. I don't know if the C6 was ever offered in white. I always never seen them colored. Alright, well that's a wrap for this. Looks like everything works, which is surprising. Hopefully that continues to be a trend as we take out the rest of the lights from last year and begin to prepare the 2023 Christmas lights display.